guys, welcome back to my channel. This week's video is going to be a lot of fun because we are going to be playing around with bubble wrap. So a couple of weeks ago I did a video where I painted a tree using cotton swabs, and if you've seen that video then you're going to notice that this video is going to be very similar with that one, where we take very unique materials and use them to create very realistic looking trees. So if you take that video with this video, then you're going to have two techniques that you can use and they're going to be super helpful to you in the future if you want to draw realistic looking trees. So they've been super helpful to me, and of course these are materials that are available to anyone and that anyone can use. You don't need fancy brushes or anything like that to create this kind of looking trees. So if you want to see how this piece is created, of course you can do them or try them out for yourself, or you can try them out with the kids. I know that's going to be super fun. And if you want to see how this entire piece is made, then please keep on watching. Alright guys, so for this piece we're going to get started with an 11 by 14 canvas board. We're going to take a sponge, dab it into some black paint, and start covering the entire canvas. So this part's kind of blurry, I know, my camera was out of focus. Sorry about that. Alright, so we're going to start right away with the fun part, which is of course playing with our bubble wrap. And we're going to take a small brush like this one and paint over our bubble wrap. You can either do that or dab the bubble wrap directly into the paint. You can do either or, but I feel like if you paint over the bubble wrap with the brush, you have more control as far as how much paint you want on your canvas. So once we have that covered, we're going to go ahead and start building the hill where the tree is going to be standing on. And for that, we're just going to build a dome about a third of the way from the bottom up of the canvas. And all you have to do for this part is just dab, 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 and you're going to get that effect of grass. It's pretty simple, like I mentioned at the beginning, and it gives off a beautiful effect. So once we have that, we're going to go ahead and take our small brush once again and start drawing our tree. I'm doing it freehand, but you can also use a pencil first, just so you can have the perfect placement and the perfect shape that you want. But you can also do it freehand as I'm doing it. Here I'm just going back over with some black, just so that I can get the opacity and black color that I want for my background. Alright, so we're going to go back to using our sponge, and now we're going to start adding those shades of blues that we're going to have in our background. And of course we're going to be using kind of like a cobalt blue, a royal blue for that. And you're going to want to start dabbing into that, and of course adding it, focusing that color towards the center of the canvas. It's going to look kind of like a blue spotlight around our tree. And right here, I even added a little bit of a sky blue, a lighter blue, just to give ourselves a little bit of more of a range of colors when it comes to our background. And I also feel that adding that lighter color will make our tree stand out even more from the background. Okay, so now that our background's perfect and it's the right colors and everything, we're gonna go back to our bubble wrap and start working on the leaves. And this is of course my favorite part. It's the part that brings our painting to life. So we're gonna go back, take our piece of bubble wrap. Same thing, you're gonna take your brush with some white paint and paint over it. And to create the leaves, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You're just gonna dab away and start forming the shape of the tree that you want. Again, I feel that if you paint with your brush on the bubble wrap instead of dabbing the bubble wrap directly into the paint, that's going to allow you to control the amount of paint that you're putting on the tree, so that when you dab the paint on the canvas, it's not going to appear as a big blob, and you're going to get that refinement just like leaves have in reality. And we're just going to continue that same process through the whole thing. I'm even adding a few sparse leaves towards the bottom. I think that's a pretty cool effect that it's giving me. I also even added a few shades of blue to the tree itself just to give it some dimension. And now's the time to go back with our brush and just refine those edges of the tree that kind of got covered when we were working on the background. So we're just gonna go over that and clean up those edges and make sure that that tree trunk looks perfect. And here I'm just going over the background behind the tree a little bit more, just to add a little bit more light. That was the last step, and like with all of our pieces, we're gonna add our signature. And here you go, here is our finished piece. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave. I really hope this technique was super useful to you, and if you do decide to try it at home, please don't forget to show me your pictures, show me your work. I'd love to see it. You can tag me on any social media platform. All of that is linked in the description box below. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can always message me. I'd love to help you out. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!